A very warm welcome to all my dear students to Sudharma's Physics Classroom. We are on the chapter Motion from CBSE Grade 9. In the previous videos, we have already discussed about what is speed, what is uniform motion, what is the definition for motion, and uniform and non-uniform motion, how do we represent in a graph. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about velocity and acceleration. So let's get into the topic. So already we know the concept of speed. Speed is distance traveled by time, right? Distance traveled by time. And hope you remember the difference between distance traveled and displacement. Okay. Now let's consider the example here. This boy is traveling from one place to another. So it says that he travels 100 meters from here to the other place, which is in the east direction, and he travels that much distance in 50 seconds. So if I ask you what is the speed of this boy, you will be able to calculate it. I'm sure about that, because the speed of an object is the distance traveled divided by time. So let's consider some additional situations here. Here this boy is coming from place 1 to place 2. So he travels 100 meters in 50 seconds. And again, suppose he is traveling back to the initial position, right? So in that case, the total distance traveled by the boy is going to be 100 plus 100. And say he takes the same time to come back, that's 50 seconds. So the total time taken will be 50 plus 50, that is 100, right? 100 seconds. So you will be able to calculate the speed. Now let's consider how do we calculate the velocity. So the velocity of an object is defined as displacement divided by time. Remember, displacement means it is the shortest distance between the initial and final positions. And the unit of this velocity is going to be meter per second. The unit of speed is also meter per second. There it is distance traveled by time. In case of velocity, it is displacement by time. And what is the difference between these two? We know that displacement is a vector quantity, right? And distance traveled is a scalar quantity. Maybe if you have noticed in this diagram, I marked the direction as east. The boy is traveling from one place to another. That means he is going towards the east direction. Velocity is a vector quantity. We have to mention in which direction the object is moving. That is very, very important. Okay. And it is displacement divided by time. So let's calculate the situation where the boy was traveling 100 meter in 50 seconds, right? So speed is equal to distance traveled by time, that is 100 divided by 50. So that's equal to 2 meter per second. In the same case, when the boy travels from one place to another, so velocity v is equal to displacement by time. In that case, the shortest distance between initial and final positions, that was also the same, that is 100 divided by 50, that's 2 meter per second. Now let's come back to the situation where this boy is coming back to his initial position. So in that case, so case 1, right? This is case 1 and this is case 2, where he come back. That means he is traveling the same distance of 100 meters. Okay. So speed is equal to 100 plus 100. And I mentioned that he takes the same time for the return trip. That is 50 plus 50. So that's equal to 200 divided by 100. That means he is traveling with the same speed, 2 meter per second. Let's see what is the velocity of the boy. He comes back to the initial position, right? He goes towards east direction and come back. The same distance he is traveling, but he is reaching to the initial position. That means his displacement is 0. So 0 divided by time taken. Time has increased, right? Time is 100 seconds. 0 divided by 100. So velocity of the boy is 0 meter per second. So this shows a very important thing. The speed, even if the object has speed, the velocity of that object can be 0. So we used to get some 1 or 2 mark questions based on this idea. Okay. So speed will be there. If the object is moving, there will be a speed. There can be a possibility of zero velocity. That means if the object reaches back to the initial position, then the velocity will be zero because the displacement of the object is zero. Now, similar to our uniform motion and non-uniform motion, right? Here, if the object is traveling with different velocities, if there is a change in velocity, we have to talk about the average velocity. So, we consider u as the initial velocity. Very important notation, initial velocity. U is initial velocity and v is final velocity. Final velocity. So, the formula for average velocity, v average is equal to u plus v divided by 2. Very, very important. If initial velocity and final velocities are given, then the average velocity is v plus u or u plus v divided by 2. Remember, u is the initial velocity and v is the final velocity of the object. Okay. Now, let's solve a question. A car travels a distance of 200 kilometers from Delhi to Ambala towards north in 5 hours. Calculate the speed and velocity of the car for his journey. So, displacement is given as 200 kilometers and time taken is given as 5 hours. So, what is the speed? Speed is distance traveled by time, that is 200 divided by 5, that will be equal to 40 kilometer per hour. See, when we talk about a vehicle traveling, we take the speed in kilometer per hour, right? Because if you take it in meter per second, it's going to be a very small unit. So, we take the higher unit of speed, that is kilometer per hour. What about the velocity? He is traveling from Delhi to Ambala in north direction. So, velocity is going to be, velocity is equal to its displacement by time. You have to write the formula, displacement by time. Displacement by time, displacement is 200 kilometers towards north. This is the difference, okay? Towards north. Thus, we have to specify the direction, 5 hours, right? So, we can say that he is traveling with a speed of 40 kilometer. He is traveling with a velocity of 40 km per hour towards north, because velocity is a vector quantity, it is direction specific. Now, in the case of average velocity, I talked about change in velocity, right? If the object is traveling with different velocities, right? So, it has an initial velocity and after some time it travels with another final velocity. So, you remember the notation for initial and final velocity? So, acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity, v minus u divided by t. Change in velocity divided by time. Okay, acceleration is rate of change of velocity of an object. If the object was traveling with an initial velocity of u, after some time, if its velocity becomes v, so if the time duration for that change in velocity is t, then acceleration is v minus u by t. And what is the unit for acceleration? Unit for acceleration, we know that velocity is expressed in meter per second. Already divided by time is there, right? So, the unit for acceleration is meter per second square. So, if you get a question, which physical quantity is represented by the unit meter second raised to minus 1? Another way of representing it is meter second raised to minus 2. For speed, it is meter second raised to minus 1. So, if an MCQ question comes like this, you can directly write ms raised to minus 2, that is representing acceleration. So, in an example, if we are applying a brake, the brake of a car, the car is already moving with some speed or it's moving with some velocity. So, its velocity decreases, right? That means it's not always an increase in velocity. There are cases where this velocity decreases. So if the velocity of the car is decreasing, we call it as, in a particular time, we call it as retardation. Retardation means negative acceleration. Okay, retardation is negative acceleration. That means initial velocity will be greater than the final velocity. Acceleration is where the final velocity is greater than initial velocity. Retardation, we will have initial velocity greater than final velocity. That means the final velocity will be less than the initial velocity. Okay, and some cases, the traveling of vehicles, it will not be in a uniform rate. That means the speed will be different at different time intervals. So we can classify this acceleration into uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration is that we normally see in our real life. Most of the motion, it will be non-uniform accelerated motion. Movement of a car on a crowded city road. See, we cannot predict when we have to slow down, or once the traffic is gone, then we can drive fast, right? So different time intervals, the vehicle is moving with different speed. There is no uniformity in that. Different speeds are there. So it is non-uniform acceleration. But uniform acceleration, there are some real life situations where object travels with constant acceleration. Example is motion of a freely falling body. There only the acceleration due to gravity will be acting on that. There is no change in that value. So that is uniform acceleration. Another example, motion of a ball rolling down an inclined plane. Inclined plane means what? This kind of a plane. If you have a ball rolling down, right, that again it's a category of free fall. So it's undergoing uniform acceleration. Okay, so remember these terms also. Let's do a question on acceleration. A driver decreases the speed of a car from 25 meter per second to 10 meter per second in 5 seconds. Find the acceleration of the car. So initial velocity u is equal to 25 meter per second. Final velocity is 10 meter per second. See the situation where final velocity is less than the initial velocity and time is given as 5 seconds. These are the simple questions we can expect. Acceleration is equal to v minus u divided by t. V is 10 and u is 25 divided by 5, right? So 10 minus 25 by 5, so this is minus 15 divided by 5. You will get a negative value, minus 3 meter per second square. Don't worry seeing this negative sign. Negative sign represents it as a retardation. Okay, retardation. Why it is retardation? Because the car's speed is decreasing. It is slowing down, right? The brakes are applied and the car is slowing down. Sometimes it stops also. So we get a lot of questions in this form. I've just shown you the basic application of the formula. Okay, so it's a retardation. So this minus 3 meter per second square, you have to put the sign because acceleration is also a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Acceleration is also a vector quantity. So if in any question, if you see a value coming in negative, then that is a retardation. Velocity can also be negative. Okay. So we will have to solve lot of questions on all these concepts. Okay, so I just showed you only the basic application of the formula, and in the coming class we will be discussing lot of numericals on speed, velocity, especially average speed and average velocity that need more practice, and we'll be solving questions on acceleration also. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon so that you get the notifications when I upload the classes. I make sure I upload regular classes covering the whole syllabus. Okay, so once the chapter is completed, I will be discussing the NCERT text back questions also, which is very, very important. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you in the next class with lot of numericals on the concepts discussed so far. Okay, so practice, read the textbook and come back. See you soon in the coming video. Thank you and bye.